It was a gentleman's agreement.
Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, people, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subscribing to the channel. Road to 10K, people. We're nearly on 8.9. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to 9K real soon. We're going to get to 10K real soon as well, man. We've got some familiar faces today. It's been like 2 weeks since we've done Blue Diaries, man. I think the man them took a little bit of a break over the international break and whatnot. Obviously, Couch, hey, congrats on the new gaff. Everything all good, bro, yeah? You moved in now properly?
Supposed to be my couch is supposed to be arriving today, so.
What are you saying right now? Are you in the shed? Are you in the shed, bro?
No, I'm just in my office. Quotation marks.
I hear it, bro. I hear it, man. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back, man. How's everyone doing, bro? Andrew, you good?
Yeah, I'm just impressed that Couch found a house with his name in it already.
That's how we do, man. Come on.
Unbelievable.
You know what I mean? We've got a man like Jimmy back as well. Everyone's been asking what's been going on with Jimmy, bro. Me and Jimmy were good, man. You know, we spoke obviously about the whole situation and whatnot. But listen, as men, we just spoke about it, and that's the end of it, man. You know what I'm saying, Jim? What you say, man?
I'm here, man. I'm here. Glad to be back. You know what I'm saying?
A little kissy. Are we good?
Me and Jimmy are good, man. How about you, Rob? Go, Jim. Go, Jim.
Oh, no. I was good. I was about to cuss Couch, but I'll wait later.
Oh, he's back.
I like that long sleeve top, bro. I can't lie. That's Champions League heritage. It's looking like Champions League heritage already. That long sleeve.
This long sleeve,
Yeah, man. I like it. Man.
Yeah, I got it the day it came out. I was actually in London when it came out. Now I went straight to the shop and got me one.
I still haven't got any of the new tops. You know, I need to order them, bro. I haven't got any of them. You know what I mean?
I got the total 90 joint. Yeah,
the black one. Yeah, I need that one 100%. Let's get into it, man, because I can't lie about them. Yeah, I'm still feeling deflated right now. Right? I know Chelsea are still unbeaten. Couch. I know, you know, it's Brentford, and we've only won one game away from home since they've been in the Prem against Brentford, and they're a bit of a thorn for Chelsea. We don't like playing against Brentford, but the way that lost, the way that those points got dropped, it was horrible. It was horrible, bro. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. I thought first half tactically, it was clear to see that we needed a player like a Delap. We needed a player like a Gil up top. João Pedro was leaving that position. You know, Gittins in this game, not looking confident at all. I think he just needs a bit of confidence, right? The midfield for me wasn't a problem. I thought Caicedo and Enzo throughout the whole game were very good. But you can see exactly why Tosin is a squad player. Because one-on-one, bro, he's just not that great defensively. He's really not, right? But I thought to be fair to him, I thought for the most part, I thought he defended quite well for the most part. The balls that were going over the top, I thought he did quite well. It's just when you catch him by himself. Yeah, it's the space. When you catch him by himself, that's the problem, you know? But when we made the subs, you know, Palmer coming on, Reece coming on, these sort of guys, it honestly felt like we were going to come back and win that game. And that Caicedo banger should have been the winning goal, right? Where did it go wrong for us, Couch, man? Because we should have been coming on here talking about, yes, it wasn't the greatest start, but mentality monsters. We came back and we won the game.
Yeah, lots to cover. I'm sure we'll get into it with everybody, but I'm just going to focus on a couple things. First, I would say, yeah, the first half was dead. We just didn't have any real rhythm, and we weren't really creating anything. And that just comes down to, again, this was a squad game, and we needed those squad guys to step up and be, you know, difference makers for us in this game, particularly because as much as Maresca can say that he wasn't thinking about Wednesday, he was thinking about Wednesday, right? And we can't overtax the squad, especially at this stage in the season. So he was looking to get a lot of rotation and get guys in that haven't played a lot, and we're depending on them to, you know, deliver. And unfortunately, we just didn't get the performances that we wanted to see in the first half. Now, obviously, they were able to eat minutes, which got us into our preferred lineup, or more close to our preferred lineup in the second half. That made the difference. I thought for sure, you know, when I saw Caicedo bang that, I was like, yo, that's the winner right there. And that was a deserved winner. Like, what a hit. Fantastic, man. Like, I wanted to see that become the winner. And, you know, unfortunately, we fell asleep at the back post, and there we go. It's 2-2. Aside from that, as you mentioned, Tosin, it just goes back to what I was saying before. Like, if we're going to play this style of football where we're looking to press up high and we're looking to condense the pitch, you need to have players in that back line, that back three, that are pacey and able to control space, navigate the space. Basically what I've been saying before and I've been using all the time is gap control. Like, what's the difference between yourself and the attacker? How do you negotiate that space? And he's just not doing a good job of that. Like, this is not the first time we saw that. It was the exact same thing against Fulham. Fortunately, that one didn't count, but he's got to be able to control the gap between himself and the attacker a lot better than he has. I know he's afraid of basically being beat for pace because he doesn't have the best turn of pace anyways. But he needs to be better at controlling that. And I know we're gonna get into it, but I want to know what you guys think about putting somebody like Leslie in that central center back role. Only because Wesley in that central center back role, because I just think that turn of pace. We don't necessarily need him to be shuttling up the pitch, because obviously we can use Reece James in that position. And I know that he's not the greatest passer of the ball, but in terms of just being that sweeper, I think that I didn't keep saying Leslie. It's because he got that red card the other day. But if we can use Wesley in that position, I think that we might see, a better adaptation to what we were trying to do under Maresca. But aside from that, we talked about, who was it? Gittins not really giving us much. As much as Garnacho made the mistake for the goal, I fault him on that. I still have him ranked ahead of Gittins right now. He just seemed like he came on and made influential contributions to the game, positively and negatively. But I'm just not seeing anything from Gittins right now. I think it's gonna be a while before he gets another start. I think that he's gonna have to hold bench for a little bit and work himself back into the preferred lineup. But there we are,
Yeah. Nah, listen, you make some good points, man. I don't know what happened there. You make some good points, man. But Rob, you kind of shook your head at big up ads as well. Big up ads, man. It's been a set.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Big up.
You shook your head when Couch was talking about Fofana playing down the middle. Is that not a solution for you, playing him as the central centre back? Do you not want to see that, Rob?
No, not at all. I think for
this coming from a man that wanted Branthwaite. Go on.
See, that's why I'm shocked that you advocate.
No, I'm not saying. I'm only saying experiment with it.
You want Fofana and just send a centre back who's absolutely not good at passing the ball. Where he was, there was times he broke down our attacks so many times when there was a simple ball to.
I wouldn't say so many times. There was one time when he played it out to the right and it went out of bounds. I remember that, but there wasn't so many times. It's
there was a few times where Enzo was just there in the space, right in front of him, but he turns and passes back to Tosin or goes back to Sanchez. But
that's not breaking down the attack, though, is it?
But we are in the attack, and he has a chance to progress the ball so that the attack can spur on by inserting decide to turn back because he doesn't trust himself to make a simple 10-yard pass with an opposing player in and about the in his range, because he just doesn't trust his pass that it's going to be crisp enough. So, and also one thing you saw, the recovery pace, which was worried for me. That I thought if Fofana is not the best at reading the game, but his pace bails him out. And on Saturday, unfortunately, he couldn't recover. He wasn't there to recover his pace.
Yeah, match fitness is not there, but you don't deny that he's obviously more pacey than somebody than Tosin. That goes without saying.
I don't know at this particular moment.
Whoa. Whoa. What are you doing here, man? For real. I get it. There's an agenda. Let's not be silly, though.
Tosin is slow at turning, but Tosin long strides actually makes him faster than he appears to be.
What? Turn of pace is what you need, though, right?
Tosin's problem was keeping up with the pace of the attacker. I think Tosin's problem was once he got there, then 1v1 defending. It was the problem. I don't think he had a problem, actually get in position with a pacey attacker. It was once he got.
I get what Robert's trying to say. Basically, Tosin just backs off and backs off and backs off.
Yeah,
he gets
backs off.
But did you notice? When that first goal? Did you notice how much distance the attacker made up on him? In those first couple strides.
Did you notice that? he got there, and then he gives the defender more space, and also one of his big, as I say, his big, the long strides is his biggest asset and also his biggest weakness, because the attacker just know I just need to hit it in between his legs, because his leg is gonna extend, and if I hit it between his legs, it's blinding the keeper, and it's most likely a goal as long as you keep it on target. But I think as far as getting there with the pacey attacker, I think he gets there. Once he gets there, then he just he backs off, he gives him more space, and he got long legs.
That to me is a problem. And like, to be honest, I don't want to keep like jumping on your time here. My apologies, but just to quickly rebuttal that, like I agree. Like I think that like his biggest problem is the turn of pace. Once he's going, once you get like 6, 7, 8, 9 strides away. But this is we're talking about in like split seconds. Like these split seconds are so important. When he's turning and he's losing 2 or 3 strides when he's turning, that's the difference. Those 2 or 3 strides makes the difference.
I don't think that was a problem on Saturday, though. I thought
my gosh.
Once he got there, then what we know is 1v1 defending, as we saw against Fulham, as we saw against Brentford as well. Once he gets there, 1v1, he gives the attacker too much space. I don't think
he's not getting there, though. That's what I'm saying.
Jim probably ain't gonna. You guys probably ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. Yeah, I'm gonna come to you now, Jim. Yeah, about tossing, but man, this is why he's a squad player. This is why he's a squad player, bro. You just have centre backs, unfortunately, Jim, that aren't that great one-on-one, and he's one of them. We could talk about it all day. He should have done this. He should have done that. But there's levels to this, bro. Yeah. He's not Soprano levels one-on-one. He's not Gabriel levels one-on-one. He's not even Mosquera. That Mosquera guy looks good one-on-one as well.
Whoa.
He's not like these guys one-on-one. So we can talk about it all day, but we know that we need a centre-back who is good 1v1, but a guy who is actually good 1v1 in this team is never fucking fit, Jim. And he's only just coming back now, right? That's the conversation we should be having here.
Yeah, the problem with Fofana was not the problem with Fofana is he was ball watching. It's not his speed. He was ball watching. He started running late. If you watch it, he started running late. Like it wasn't. I have no problem with his pace. Of course, he's not at his normal pace. He's just came back, so he has to get back into game shape. But trust me, I watched the game twice. His problem was he started running when once that ball was won and Hendo was ready to make that pass, he should have already been running. Once he started running afterwards, he was already beat. Like you would have had to have some Kyle Walker type pace to run and catch back up. He did like Tosin turns like an 18-wheeler truck, bro.
Fucking hell,
saying?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? That's mainly the problem. Like he can't, like he ran it down, he gets there, but he has to turn. But it's a big lumberish turn. So it's like, it's not that he got a wide stride or his leg long. My man didn't try to shoot it in between his legs. He just shot it. It just happened to go in between his legs. That's because he's big and he takes long to turn. I'm not knocking him for that. It's not I don't even know anybody his size, a defensive man his size that can move and turn like that.
It's true.
It's not easy to turn like that. You could turn like that, you in the NBA at that size. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not easy when you're hip. Like it's a big guy. So I don't knock him for it. What pissed me off and what people want to ignore, because I get it, but he did it last year with Trev. He did it twice last year, and then he did it again this year. Running all the way to fuck up the pitch to make a defensive move that you gain nothing out of, but you leave. The risk reward doesn't add up. That tackle he tried to make, what was the reward for it? If the tackle was 100% successful, the only thing you did was won the ball back in their half. It's not leading to a goal or nothing. But what you did do by running in, doing that, you left Tosin by himself, booty button with the space here. Now Tosin's looking at what's in front of him. Okay, nothing here, but it's space behind you, tons of it, and he just knocked it over. It was soon as he came in and he made the clean tackle, but I saw the space. I was like, that's going right over the top. I said it's going right. It went right over the top, man.
What a ball as well, man. What a ball. What a ball.
But the problem to me was if Fofana started running Instead of what Fofana was pussyfooting, watching what was happening, and then when the ball got hit, he realized, oh shit, too late. It's too late, bro. Yeah,
You need to remember, yeah. You need to remember, bro, the type of injury that Fofana has had mentally right now, he might be thinking to himself, bro, if I run a certain way right now at full pelt, my hand is gone. Yeah, he's gone. So you need to remember, people, these guys he's just come back from a big injury, bro. Like, one thing I was saying about Fofana last year when he came back, I was like, bro, for a guy that's just come back from a massive knee injury, he hasn't lost any pace. I know people are now making sweeping statements saying he's lost his pace. Give it a time, bro. Give it a bit of time to see what he's actually like in the next few weeks, and before making statements like that.
If you actually watch the replay, you kind of see he did kind of catch up to speed. What the problem is, he actually started running too late. If you watch, I watch some people, they show an angle from behind, and you can see he's watching. And then when he realized, then you start seeing him trying to dig, and then he catches up, but it's too late. You should have been started running. Yeah. So me personally, I don't think the speed was the problem. It was more of him ball watching and taking off too long.
If he started running on time, he would have gotten it, and Shade was by himself. He would have double team Shade along with Tosin, and it would have forced Shade to turn.
If he would have started running,
Casedo is back, Enzo is back, and all our players, Trev is back, and now we're in a better shape. But Fofana just took too long to get there and try to help Tosin out. And as you say, it was too late at that point.
Yeah, too late. Right.
How about you, Andrew, man? What did you think about the game, the lineup, in fact, when you saw the lineup? Because when I saw it at first, I thought it was quite refreshing. I even put in a group chat that I think we're going to get a fluid game from the boys today. But that first half, it was poor, man. What did you think of all the changes that he made, man?
I can understand the changes, given our lack of preseason and stuff like that. I don't mind rotation. As long as the manager notices if something's going wrong, he tries to change it quickly, which he did do at half time and stuff like that. I'm puzzled by picking Fofana at right back when if you're not going to pick Gusto or Reece, you don't pick like Josh at right back. Do you know what I mean? Who's actually played right back before? Do you know what I mean? Bringing Fofana back, like you say, dodgy knee, dodgy hamstring, and you're asking him to do and exert himself a bit more. Right back position on his way back 30 minutes doesn't really sit well with me, and I don't really like him at right back anyway. He looks very unorthodox, very clunky at right back. Doesn't look like it suits him. I would also say, where was Mark Gui on the bench as well? Brought him back and we don't even put him on the bench. No injury or illness or anything like that. No explanation, because Maresca came out after and said, "Oh, João Pedro told me before the game I wasn't 100% and stuff like that." Well, then why haven't you got someone on the bench who could replace him just in case? Because if he's not 100%, we lose him, we're effed. Do you know what I mean? And I feel sorry for anyone who starts on the left wing in our team as well, because they get no joy in that left wing. They're out there on an island. All three of them, Tariq George, Garnacho, Gittins, they're just all there on an island. But going back to what you're saying, I can understand his rotation. I agree with Couch. He does have his mind on the Munich match. I don't care what anyone says. And he thought he could get away with it. Possibly.
Almost did.
Do you know should have got away with it.
Yeah.
And even after bringing on the big guns, he was like 30 seconds away from getting away with it and stuff like that. So it nearly worked, but I can understand. I'm not mad at the rotation. I'm not mad with it. It's going to happen. You know, we've got two big games coming up in Munich and Manchester United. He'll rotate again for the Lincoln away and possibly part of the Brighton away and Brighton home and stuff like that. But I think it does need to happen. We see not just us, like people just picking up these muscle injuries all over the place. Do you know what I mean? And they're out for they're not even out for like a couple of weeks. They're out for like months and stuff like that. And we need to rotate, but I'm not too sure. Bonanate did okay, I suppose. I'm not too sure what.
I thought he was tidy. He didn't get the ball enough.
He was tidy. I was surprised that Andre Santos didn't get some minutes.
Brazil, bro. He we need to remember, yeah, Andrew. One thing about having all these South Americans, yeah, they always come back late from far, yeah. And they played against Bolivia. I'm hearing the altitude in Bolivia is a mad thing.
They moved it even further up than it has been before in Bolivia. They're even further up in the mountains or wherever it is. Like
that's what I'm saying. Every international break, you need to remember that, man.
I want to praise Enzo Fernandez because I swear he was playing right back in that second half. And most of the second half,
he got after it for sure.
He was very, 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 very good in that game for me. He was I know he didn't play in the international break because he was suspended, so that's fine. But you can tell that he's whatever it is, he's over whatever injury he has that Poch put him through and stuff like that, and he is now physically like he's there. Do you know what I mean? He was all over the place. Even the first half, I thought he was putting himself about a bit more. But
he was good, man.
I think we do miss Neto on the left. I've got to say that. I thought he did. I thought he did well on the right, but on the left, we especially miss him. He's the only one on the left who I know he doesn't get a lot of support sometimes, but he's the only one who takes the game to the defenders on the left. None of the others do at this moment in time. So,
no, 100%. We make some good points, man. But listen, like Dems said, yeah, people run up the likes, man. We've got over 250 people here, and we've only just got 71 likes. Let's get to 150 quick, man. You know what I'm saying, people? So make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. But Ads, what did you think of the second half, the changes that we made? Going into the second half, because listen, like Andrew has said, actually no, who was it that said it earlier? It was, I think you said about Maresca noticing that we needed to change something. Who was it? Was it you, Andrew? Was it you in it? Yeah. Andrew spoke about it. Obviously, the big guns come on, and you could clearly see that these guys were on the ropes. And for me, bro, even after conceding that second goal, I reckon if we had another 5-10 minutes of the game, I reckon we score another one, bruv. I'll be real, right? What was the difference for you in that second half that made the team play better?
I think, first of all, big up the man, then big up the panel, big up the channel. It's also been a minute since I've been back in it. But yeah, man, I think the biggest difference was obviously just, I feel like Maresca really got into these guys at halftime and told them, listen, we got to up it right now. Like, we have to up it. So you clearly saw the intensity went up second half. Of course, we improved the personnel. Again, you bring on the two best fullbacks in the league. Like, that's going to naturally bring up the level of the team. And I feel like we just played with a bit more intensity. We still had a pretty shaky start to the half, in my opinion. But after that, we got into the game, we put it on them, and we showed what we should be doing, which is we should be outclassing a team like Brentford with the players that we have available. So that happened, and it should have been enough, but it just wasn't because of obviously some silly errors that we made. And to be fair, how we managed the game the last 5 minutes wasn't that great leading up to the goal, because let's be honest, Sanchez had to make a couple of good saves before the goal. So we can count ourselves a little bit lucky in that sense. And obviously, again, it just shows the naivety in the team and the fact that it's not a well-oiled machine that can actually see out games as it should do. Because again, we won the game. We showed the quality to win the game, to come back with adversity, with injuries, in a tough ground to play in, with obviously players missing and whatnot. But we came back, we did what we needed to do, scored 2 great goals, and we go and freaking throw it away like that, bro. It's pathetic. And I can't not talk about that goal, because that goal is just screams of naivety, just screams of what proper Chelsea isn't, which is stupid mistakes, not communicating properly. Again, it was just poor. Like, the fact that 4 or 5 people were attracted to the first ball, so naive. And then you leave the back post open. And granted, Reece James was there with his guy, and I don't want to say this guy's name.
He's a Chelsea player now. Don't forget that.
It's painful. It's painful. And listen, I'm gonna keep it a real on the guy, right? Because he had a decent cameo, right? He created some chances. He's a threat. He at least will cut stuff back. So I could see even compared to what Gittins did, clearly better. And
clearly better.
Right now,
clearly better, bro.
He's gonna end up being our starting left back. I have to accept.
I think so too.
No, he ain't.
But again, let's not get sidetracked from the point, because again, I don't even want to say the guy's name, because I
Go
hate
on.
But like, again, I've watched it back many times. Cucurella's there, right? And he gets sucked into the crowd as well. But he's like, okay, I see that guy over there, number 40, whatever he is, right? Cool. There's a guy over there. Just stay with that guy. Stay goal side of that guy. What does number 49 do? Whatever his number is again, I don't. Bro, what did he do? Switched off. First ball comes in, they win the flick on, and then my man's just there with an easy tapping. And listen, all you have to do is just track your man at that point. Forget your position. Forget your weight, forget everything. You're a man on the pitch with a team. You have to defend as a team at that point. It doesn't matter who you are, your position, whatever it is, bro. Especially as you're coming into the team, you're trying to make an impression, bro. At that point, give everything for the fucking badge. Give everything, lock in defensively. And he didn't do it. And listen, it's not he's a striker, he's an attacking player, he doesn't do that. No. We saw João Pedro instantly come into this team, and before he was scoring goals, what was he doing? Making goal line clearances, making last-ditch tackles or clearances at the back post in the Club World Cup. He's done it this season as well. But that guy, didn't do it in that situation. That cost you.
Rob's
game.
Where is he?
Rob's guy cost us that game. Cost us 2 points. And I don't care about whatever cutbacks he doesn't want, which again can be threatening, can be pretty decent, but. Listen, that was going to cost you over a season, bro. It will cost you over a season. It will cost you over a season.
You know the difference is for me too. The difference is for me is these are the details. Like when you play for a side like Man United that don't focus on the details, and you come to a side like Chelsea that are striving to get up that table, like and win every competition. Those are the details that you need to be focused on. It's not about scoring and assisting and whatnot. It's when you're out of possession. What are you doing? And this guy's just switched off, and that's from being how many years in that Man United system where they're not focused on those details, right? So he's got a lot to learn. He's got a lot to learn.
Why didn't we have players on the posts?
I was waiting. Oh wait, I was waiting for everybody to done because I'm ready to. I'm gonna stir fry this bum ass Garnacho.
Let's just get into it. Let's get into it then.
I'm gonna debunk all this crap about he had a good cameo. No, the fuck he do it. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You know we had. You know what's good cameo? Tastes like candy. That's a good cameo. Strawberry, raspberry. What we saw from Garnacho was crap. Miss me with that. He lost me too. I said he would be a net negative. He already is -2 in the hole. Let me tell you the biggest problem with Garnacho on that goal.
Here we go.
Y'all want to know the biggest problem?
Go on.
Watch the throw in right before it. He did the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
He stood there. His man ran back post. After that, Cucurella came to him and said, yo, that's your guy. That's your guy. Sanchez said to him, that's your guy. Okay. And then he fucking did it again. The ball came in and he watched again. That's why the minute you see Sanchez dive, what'd he do? He got up and started cussing. Guess who he was cussing at? Fucking Garnacho.
All of them.
Go watch it again. I'm not with your bullshit. Yo, I'm not with your bullshit agendas. I'm talking facts. I watched it 3 fucking times to make sure of it. He was pissed at Garnacho because Garnacho, man, is the one who was free for the second fucking time. The first time, I'm going to tell you what happened. Let me tell you why these dickheads got caught up the second time. The first time they threw the ball in, for whatever reason, these motherfuckers watched it. Remember? They all watched it. And it bounced. And Sanchez had to knock it over.
Mm-hmm.
He started barking at the defensive man like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Cucurella talked to Garnacho. They talked to Garnacho. Now, when whoever the dude is that got the header on, he embarrassed 2 players. I don't know who the 2 is. It's hard to think it's Trev and somebody.
No, it was Tosin as well. Tosin just jumped.
Oh, no. I'm talking about he literally little boyed them. He held them down. Like, get y'all little asses down. They didn't even jump. So this idea that 4 people went, 2 of them bitch asses didn't even get off the ground. They were like this. They were like this. He held them down. Like, get your little asses down, and he headed it on. That's why I swear. So it was really only 2 people going for the ball. That's why it was able to get through, because 2 of them couldn't even get their heads up. But I say that to say this. If that flicked ball was not touched by anyone, do you know where it was going? Out of play. Out of play. If the ball was not touched by anybody else, it was going out of play. But what happened? Back-to-back throw-ins, bro. Garnacho just came on the field. You're not tired. You know, sometimes you're tired. You can get a
Details.
bro.
Yeah.
They told him, and this was the biggest part. They told him twice. Twice they told him, and he still fell asleep.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Rob. Yeah, because listen, Jimmy makes some fair points. Because even me in my review, I said it wasn't all on Garnacho for the goal, right? AJ, I'll come to you in a second as well. Yeah, big yourself up, right? It wasn't all on him because it was multiple errors for multiple players. But he made a big mistake in that moment by switching off the way that he did, right? Do you believe that he'll be able to? Do you think Maresca's team will be able to coach him defensively to help him improve that side of the game? Because like Couch said, he's come from a place where man can just do whatever they want.
Whatever they want.
You need to remember that. You need to remember that as well, Jim. Like it's his first game for Chelsea. It's muscle memory as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? I remember when Madueke was shocking off the ball. Poch actually helped this guy improve off the ball, and Maresca's helped him even more. Rob, do you think that he'll improve defensively off the ball? Because bro, we need him to be good off the ball, bruv. We defend well in the box. That goal, I haven't seen us concede a goal like that for months, for ages.
I can't tell you the last time.
Ever.
You know what I mean? Forever, bro.
I do think he'll improve, and I will profess that by saying this: he's one of those. He's like a, you know how we know Gusto 1v1 defending. He's good, but far post, that's his weakness. I think Garnacho, as far as tracking back, he's good. As far as hustling back, he is good. But defending in the box and being aware of spatial defending, that's not his forte. And I will confess to that. He's not. No, Jimmy. He's not. Again, I hope he improves on that. But he needs to be able to be spatially aware. Like everybody knows, Wan-Bissaka 1v1 demon. You hardly kept past him. But as far as spatial awareness, like the goal that Neto scored, that's never been him, right? Yeah. They're just players that are like that. That as far as Garnacho, as far as tracking back and pressing, oh yes, he's absolutely fantastic. But when it comes to defending in the box or being aware of space and runs and all that, no, that's never been his game. I hope he improves on that.
Listen. I hope a lot of things too, right? I hope a lot of things too. Listen, I get obviously what you're saying. Everything you said there is true, right? He does work hard, relatively well off the ball. He's relentless. He's fearless. He thinks a lot of himself, which is a good trait to have. Again, we saw Sancho last season be quite like a timid soul on the pitch at times, whereas Garnacho is not going to be that. But that being said, this guy is a scrub. And this guy hasn't got a learner's mentality. I'll be wrong. But on top of being a scrub, technically, he's not got the learner's mentality. Because again, you look at other players with Noni, to be fair, he would at least want to learn these kind of things and actually develop. With Garnacho, I don't see with this guy's ego on the pitch, with his ego off the pitch. I just don't see him being a guy who's going to actually want to take on these instructions.
Let me ask you this.
And be consistent on the pitch. I don't see
let me ask you. You are professing that Noni improved, right, while being at Chelsea. Do you think Noni would have improved if he was in Man United?
I think he could have, but listen, Garnacho was as coachable as he would have been. Why is he not getting put in the Argentina squad? Because there's guys at that team that he can actually get into that. Why can't he get into that squad? But look at his personality doesn't even gel with them. Let alone at United, and it's not going to gel with us. And that's why for me, this signing was such a big mistake. Because again,
it's our Havertz signing, just like Arsenal.
Yeah, but this one's horrible because again, we had so many options out there on the market to go and get. You could have got a Kudos and maybe moved him to left wing. You could have got a proper left winger who actually adds some physicality to the team. And Semenyo, who I was crying about the whole.
Kudos left wing is shit. Hold on, don't. If you're gonna talk about options, don't tell me Kudos left wing, please.
Listen, bro.
I know my other options. You already know the options that I wanted left wing.
I bet you take Kudos over Garnacho.
Not left wing, bro. Not left wing.
Let's not get
go, lads.
Let's not get caught up on Kudos because again, I said Semenyo's there. There's many other left wingers who were there. You could have got. We got a guy who's known to be petulant. He's known to be a toxic cancer in a dressing room, and we brought him to this Chelsea team when at this point we've got enough young players. You went and got Gittins. Cool. I think he's gonna need time to develop. Again, he was poor, but people are doing the most of how he's
way too much.
Let the guy land in. But again, I get it. He's young. He's gonna take time.
Yeah. I agree with this comment right here. I think
AJ, let me come to you now, AJ.
Let me just land this point right with Garnacho, right? Listen,
And
This guy
let me
is
go
Premier
after
League.
him.
This guy is Premier League proven.
Thank
If
you.
I'm gonna sign someone who's
Thank
Premier
you.
League proven.
Thank
They
you.
got to give me the
Thank
business
you.
right
Game
now.
one,
Thank
it's
you.
game
He's not gonna
one.
do it.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter if he's
What?
Premier League
What?
Premier
No,
League,
yes.
game
Oh,
one.
wait.
No, it matters. It matters.
Game
It
one.
matters.
Whoa. If it
Wait,
doesn't matter,
Did Garnacho play bad? Just let me Jimmy, let me say something.
Let me read this comment, AJ. Let me read this comment. Yeah, Derek says you ain't giving Garnacho a chance. Judging him with his days at United doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Why not?
Go
Why
on,
not?
AJ. Go on, AJ. Go on, AJ.
Listen, I think Jimmy, your criticism of Garnacho is well warranted. We all saw what he did in the game. He made a big mistake, especially you. I didn't notice. You know, you brought up the context of Sanchez and Cucurella speaking to him before that play. That makes it even worse, right? But we all knew that this was one of the flaws that somebody brought this flaw up about Garnacho before we signed him. So we knew this was.
That's why I made videos about not wanting him.
We knew this was a problem, but if you also, besides that incident in the game, if you watch the actual 20 minutes or whatever, however long he played, he actually impacted the game.
No, he didn't,
But
bro.
it wasn't great.
He
was
didn't.
like
He
No, he
did.
didn't.
Pause.
Didn't.
Did Garnacho impact the game
No.
when he came on
Yes,
the
he
I
field?
think
made
he
us
did.
lose. That was
Jimmy,
the
AJ, how did he impact the game? How did he impact
dangerous now.
Yeah,
Hold on,
it's
hold on, man.
Wait, AJ, let me come back to you again. How did it impact the game for you positively? Because I thought he had a good cameo as well. How did it impact the game for you, bro?
So I'll just bring up the goal. Everybody look out, and I know Jimmy, because I saw your stream earlier, and it's not exactly a direct assist. Yes, it's not. Wait. Let me just finish. Let me finish. I saw your stream, so I already know you was going in on this point. But it's not a direct finish. But if you actually look at the ball he played, it's going right to Cole Palmer. Palmer just missed the ball, but because the defender got a touch on it, it goes to Caicedo. Bro, you guys have to understand, every chance doesn't have to be picture perfect. It doesn't have to
If I may, AJ, I'm not saying that wasn't a decent play. That was a decent play. He got to the byline. We know that that's what he's trying to give him. Get to the byline and just play like that cutback, right? But again, are people going to say that Neto had a great game? Are we going to say Neto had a great game?
I thought Neto was very. I thought Neto was
in the blow. You changing what you see.
I asked that for a reason. My reason is that Neto did that kind of same play multiple times. Didn't lead
like 3 times.
Did it multiple times.
We said did he have an impact?
Clear-cut chance?
The question was, did he have an impact? You're changing the whole conversation already. He came on as a substitute, and the person he replaced, he had more of an impact.
My final point. Premier League proven Garnacho. I'm expecting to do more than Gittins right now.
In 11 minutes, still, like, I mean, like, I hear you guys. Like, hold on.
No, wait.
I've been listening to you guys. My
final point. Again, I expect Garnacho to be better than Gittins in terms of impact like that on a game, right? Cool. All I'm saying is, again, I forecasted him costing us games like this, costing us points. I forecasted this. I'm saying this is going to continue to happen. And when he starts games, and he's going to be creating chances, being a threat, I think his end product is going to cost us. Again, you guys can say, oh, it won't happen. Give him a chance. I'm telling you what's going to happen. If you please me,
let's give him the chance, though. Let's give him. You said it was going to happen. It happened. Listen, it happened in the first game. I agree, it's bad, but it's better. It's not good to happen, but imagine this happens in 20 games from now. Then I understand this guy should be criticized to the max.
When it does, cool.
Let's give
guys. Let's just not.
Let Couch come in.
He's going to be held to a higher standard than he was at United, right? Maresca's not going to allow for that to happen. If he makes that mistake again, he's not going to play. It's just that simple.
Exactly.
It's just that simple.
Exactly.
So he's gonna, if he wants to get minutes on the pitch, he's going to have to pay attention to those little details that make the difference in the game. You know, so I'm not worried about that so much. I think that we have the right kind of manager that's going to be able to like instill these qualities into players. You know, like 100%. We've seen it with you guys mentioned Madueke. Like Madueke wasn't even getting to the side last year until Maresca pulled him out of the match day squad. Said he's not good enough right now. I'm not so worried about that. Like I agree. Like for the most part, I agree. Like I don't think that he's ideally what I wanted in a left winger. Like it goes without saying, really. Like I did not want him. But at the same time, you know, the contribution that he made in 11 minutes. You can't, like, other than the goal, obviously we're going to focus on the goal, but like his contribution in that 11 minutes offensively wasn't bad. He created an opportunity for us.
It was decent, bro.
It was literally nothing.
That was a good cutback.
No, hold on. Nah. See, this is why I have a problem.
Jimmy, relax.
It's not even, you don't even have a problem. Just speak on it. Just speak on it.
Now go, Jim. Go, Jim. Land your point.
This is why I have a problem, right? Because, and I'm gonna keep it. This is where I'm coming from, right? When I used to say these same things about Jackson and Nani, right? I was told my standards was low, and it reached to a point. I was like, you know what? I am kind of giving these dudes thumbs up for kind of basic shit. So I raised my standards for Jackson and Nani, right? And they wasn't quite reaching it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't. Like, I didn't want Jackson out and I didn't want Nani out. I didn't want them out. But because they wasn't at that level that I thought that we needed, I didn't mind if they left. Follow me. I didn't mind if they left. You cannot now bring me in worse than them and tell me to chill. Nah. No.
Yeah, but Jim.
Jim,
you're having a conversation about how you feel about Garnacho.
I'm having a conversation
we're talking about the game. We're talking about the game. In the game, offensively.
In the game, let me tell you what. I say that to say this. When Nani would have games like, when Nani would do something like that, and I would say, yeah, his actions led to this. Yo, I've been called, you defending Nani because he's black. Ask Andrew, he'll tell you this. I defend Nani because
I didn't
he's
accuse
black.
him of that. I didn't accuse him of that.
Yeah, you did.
But
I remember that.
when I was defending this, these are the reasons people told me I was and it wasn't good enough. So I said, you know what? You're kind of right. Nani would go create chances, nobody on the back post, Jackson not there, and people told me Nani was putting in useless crosses. I watched Garnacho put his fucking head down, drive with his head down, not look up. Somebody look for Palmer. He ain't look for shit. He knocked it in the box.
You didn't see the pass.
I watched the game.
Wait, we're talking about the goal.
Yeah, I know.
His head was down. He knocked it into the box. If that was us, we would not be saying the winger did a good job. What would we be saying? Our fucking defender was crap clearing the ball, because that's what that was. A terrible clearance.
It wasn't.
It was a shit pass and a terrible clearance.
The Jim, there's two ways.
John, I don't know if you could pull up a screenshot of that play, but
bro,
I think we need to.
I need to start getting them again. Don't worry.
It was
because
I'm gonna show. Bro, I watched
Go on, AJ.
Listen, everybody views the game different, right? So Jimmy, you might think that's a bad pass. I don't
went right to the defender, AJ.
It didn't go right to the defender. The reason why it was a bad clearance is because the defender had to stretch to get the ball.
Exactly.
That's why.
I just watched it. I just watched it again. He didn't look up. Garnacho just.
He didn't even look. I'm telling you.
I just watched.
When are you judging? When are you judging if he looked up after he touched the ball?
No, I just literally watched.
No. This is what. Listen. It's what difference makes when if you play. I'm not saying people here don't play football. Like at times when you're playing football, I will have a picture in my head. That I say I need to beat this player, and if I beat this player, I already have a picture. I don't need to look up again.
Because that's what Garnacho is, right? That's what Garnacho is, right?
No.
He's a
usually good, though.
Before you beat the player.
Fuck out of here.
That's right. Look at that.
Right there.
The ball went
right there. That's what
One at a time. Let's break this down, yeah. Because listen, Jimmy's viewing it differently. Andrew's viewing it differently. I'm seeing Reaper in the chat talking about he just hit and hold. Yeah, I'm viewing this situation differently. right?
Fully
Because
different.
yes, you can argue that this centre back, yeah, Jimmy is right in what he's saying. That it was a poor clearance from the centre back.
That's all it was. A poor clearance.
But
If
Jim,
that was
hold
us,
on.
we would be cussing our center back. We would be not giving no fucking winger no
Look
credit.
at this.
Jim, hear me out. Jim, hear me out. Hear my point, right? Here I'm viewing this situation, right? Garnacho didn't play it directly to Palmer. The ball went past Palmer and it went to the defender. But if you go watch the goal back, you will see that the way the ball came to the defender and the way Palmer pressed the defender, he panicked, bro. That's the reason that he cleared it the way that he did. Yeah. The centre back, bro, go look at the body.
He's aura. Now niggas is aura now.
Jim, hold on, Jim. Watch the go back. Even whilst we're live, watch the go back, yeah? Watch the go back.
Bro,
and you
I
see
watched
what
the
Palmer-
game 3 times. I don't have
Are
to
we
watch.
saying
You're
that
the
this is
ones
not
that
a
need
good
to watch
pass?
it back.
Are we
I
saying
watched it.
Are we
Jim,
saying that this is not a good
Go on,
pass?
AJ, go on, AJ, go on,
Nah,
AJ.
yo, now this nigga's the last dragon. He got that glow. You
Can
ain't
I-
gotta touch the ball. You just gotta
Bro.
go near the ball.
Somebody
And then the
asked.
defender gets
Somebody
nervous.
asked.
Go on, AJ, go on, AJ, go on, AJ.
He put it in a
Are we
dangerous
saying
area,
that?
man.
Are we saying that this is
He's
a
a
bad
dangerous
pass?
area, bro.
It's not a bad pass. Again, let me answer this, right? Because again, I came into
Yeah.
the saying that Garnacho had a relatively decent impact. Again, based on what Gittins did, which was very little, right? He came in on the impact of the game, he drove, and this is what he does. Again, it's not very pretty. It's very much, I'll get my head down, I'll drive it, and I'll put it into an area, which can work. It can be effective. In this case, I'm not going to say that was a great move. Like, it was cleared by number 23, and like I said, it scores a worldie. Like, I'm not trying to give Garnacho too much credit for that. Did he impact the game? Pretty decently, but he also cost us 2 points. I'm not trying to overgas.
No doubt. But like, look at like when you have the box presence that you do here, we have 6 guys in the box. When you put it into the area like he did here, there's a good chance it's going to find somebody.
This should
So
be
we're
in the
irrespective
back.
irrespective
It's all right.
irrespective of
We're not
whether or not
saying
you
it
think that
was
he pinpointed that pass to Palmer,
Just put the ball in the box.
that's
One at a time,
special to me.
Let Couch land. Go on, Couch.
No, it's basically whether or not you think he put his head down and just hit and hope. Like he put the ball into a good area.
So the
someone to
good
attack.
area.
Again, my whole thing is just I wish we did more. I wish we got a better winger whose game isn't going to just be around getting his head down and putting it in this area.
I agree with that, but that's a
I'm
separate
gonna have to
point.
accept the whole
That's a
season.
separate point.
That's a different conversation that we're
Yeah,
having
that's
then.
a whole
in
different
that.
point. We could have that
If
convo.
you watch the game, right? Everyone, Tyreek George and Gittins, when they were getting those positions, they were crossing it straight, right? And the Brentford defenders were clearing each and every one of them. The reason they all gravitate toward the goal and Kukuela had the space in there is because that's what we had been doing. Garnacho is the first one that had the presence of mind to cut it back into a dangerous position.
Oh my gosh, fucking cutback. Oh man.
And the thing is, though, Jim, you're not being fair, though.
He's the one that produced the
All right,
goal.
bro, I'm good, bro.
Hold on, Jim. You're not being fair, right? Because yes, it wasn't the most. No one's saying it was an amazing cutback. I don't think anyone here is saying it was an amazing cutback and that. But bro, I watch a lot of teams, yeah, where I see wingers make a similar cutback to Garnacho to create a bit of chaos, to create a bit of mayhem, yeah, and they end up scoring from it, bro. Right?
No.
Situations like that can happen when you put in the ball the way that he did, right? Reaper was in the chat saying, "Oh, Garnacho made him panic." Broski, it was Palmer that made the defender panic. Look at Palmer running. Palmer ran towards the centre back. Made him. Hold on, Jim. Let me land, bro. Let me land. Yeah. He made him make the decision that he did with the poor clearance. Yeah. And then later on, after that chance that he created another opportunity for Palmer on the cutback, and Palmer just scuffed the shot, bro. Palmer scuffed it. You know what I mean? I thought he was decent. I'm not gonna go overboard and say he was amazing.
Okay, can we just move on though? Because the next action here is what we should be talking about. Caicedo crashing a box.
That's a banger.
Belting it, man.
Banger, bro.
Like, oh my
Banger,
goodness,
bro.
man. Technique
should've
to
won
strike
the
the
game,
ball
bro.
like that
That's
so
the game
cleanly,
winner.
burying it into the corner. I said it earlier. Like that, there's no reason why that shouldn't have been the match winner. There's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't have made that.
I
think everyone
That was
everyone will
worthy
say-
of a match winner, and it disappoints me that Chelsea let the game get away from them in the last 9 minutes.
There is
Because
a
Caicedo needs all the credit for that goal, man. That was fantastic hit. Look at all the people in front of him there. You have to get it through all of that, and then put it in the back of the net. Like that's a
Smack,
sign,
bro.
man.
And look at his body. What's
The
his
noise it made
look
when it hit the net? Did you hear the noise it made when it hit the net?
Yeah, bro.
Sweet, bro.
Broski, look at his technique. Look how look at his body right there after his shot. Look at him, bro. He's followed through like it was just such a nice technique the way he smacked it, bro. You know what I mean? And that should have been the winning goal. Yeah. But I have to be honest, bro. I thought Garnacho, like I said to you, man, I think off the bench, this guy can help the team. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to be starting for us. 100%. Off the bench, he can help. He can help.
Here's the end game. Here's the end game for me. 289. That's 289 days to July 1st, 2026, when Quinda signs.
Here we go.
So that's my end game right there. 289 days till that happens. Listen, I'm not going to rant about Garnacho because I don't expect much. So when you don't expect much from somebody, there's nobody getting on them. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's wasting my. I mean, you have to be doing bad when Sanchez is having a go at you. You have to take a look at yourself, really. Do you know what I mean? If Sanchez is having a go at you, you have to take a look at yourself.
What did you think of Sanchez, by the way, Andrew? And you, Jim? What did you think of Sanchez?
I didn't see.
He's still a dickhead.
I can understand. I can understand.
Yo, hold on. My bad.
Go on, Andrew.
Going to the equaliser, I couldn't understand the people that were going because I heard people go, "Why didn't Sanchez come out to claim it?" And I was thinking, "There's 5 defenders there. Why does he need to come out? Why does he need to come out?
He need to come out with 900 defenders.
Nah, but they're so close to the goal. He should be active in there.
Bro.
Go watch the goal back, bro. Sanchez. The situation was in front of him. He couldn't reach.
Sanchez did the right thing not coming out.
I think he pulled off a couple of good saves. He gave away the ball a couple of times when he distribution, but I think that's to be expected with him now, whatever it is. I don't think he had for me he wasn't an issue on Saturday at all, really, for me.
He was arguably man of the match, bro. Yeah. I
wouldn't go that far, but
whoa.
He was good,
bro.
Arguably. They didn't say he was. Arguably.
He made one of the biggest. You see, once again, because he doesn't let up a goal, his mistake gets to fly.
Yeah.
What mistake?
The one when he fucking picked up the ball, go, and literally threw it right to a fucking defender.
Oh my God.
I remember that.
He overthrew him. Like, are we really focusing on these things? Like no keeper does that?
Yo, I'm gonna be real.
You guys are killing me, man. You guys are killing me.
That should have been. Let me tell you, if that was thrown to our player and we didn't score, I would have been pissed. That should have been a fucking goal. He threw the ball right. The player was so fucking dumbfounded he didn't know what to do. If he was locked in, he should have scored. He threw it right to him. Right.
So again, that can happen. Listen.
Go on, I was about to say that. Go on,
The overall thing with Sanchez, of course, is he good enough for us to win the league? Probably not. That's how I feel right now. But again, you have to give the guy his credit. He was good that game, and generally, we know he is a good goalkeeper. He's capable of having really good games, really good saves. But obviously, he just has a bozo moment in him. Against Brentford, he made a lot of good saves. Stop crosses coming in and whatnot. So he did his job with that. Even like sweeper keeps quite well as well. So listen, we know Sanchez is going to give you really good games like that. I'm just worried that he might have a mistake in him at Old Trafford. That's just my concern with Sanchez, and that's what we just have to live with, innit? So it is.
I just pointed out his dummy moment. That's why I said that.
That can happen.
He's still a dummy. Everybody went, and then I pointed out the dummy moment, and everybody remember he's still a dummy.
One thing you need to realize here. One thing you need to realize here. Like, listen, you're gonna have obviously. Look, Sanchez ain't obviously is far from world class. It's not world class or anything like that, right? But I don't know where this thing has now come, where every goalkeeper seems to be flawless in every action, bro. That's not the reality of it, right? When you watch I watch a lot of teams every single weekend, and I see the goalkeepers making some blunders. Yeah, I just watched Alisson for Brazil. I showed you, man, in the group chat what this guy was doing, and came out flying like moving like Sanchez and these man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro. So at the end of the day, you do get top keepers just doing some dumb shit at times, bro. In games, like in every game, in fact, they do something. You know what I mean? But Robert, let's talk about something more positive, man. Because Enzo Fernandez in this game was fucking amazing for me, bro. He was brilliant. Right? What did you think? What did you think of his performance?
Yeah, man, he was outstanding. I thought he had, from the get go, I thought he had an incredible game. I think in the first half, his combination with Garnacho were actually quite good. And I just think, he was drifting over to Fofana's side, and I just think if Fofana was a little more, had the presence of mind to play the ball quicker and faster, I think we would have been in business a lot more. But I thought Enzo on and off the ball was incredible. Some of the balls, some of the passes he played to Pedro Neto, like to create the Palmer chance, and there's a little one that he played in through the leg, I think through the legs of the defender in the box, and I think Neto crossed it, but nobody was at the end of it. I thought he ran the game perfectly. I thought he created a lot of chances. Even the equalizer came from him crossing the ball to Joao Pedro winning the ball, and Palmer getting onto it to score. So
I don't know what people are watching, bro. Because man, literally 5-10 minutes into the game, what was I saying to you? I said, bro, Enzo's looking sharp in that. He was sharp from the minute goal, from minute 1 to the second half. He was good. Second half, he looked even better because we brought on our better players, right? We brought on Palmer. Joao Pedro was running in behind. You had Neto on the left running in behind the way that he was. He was good all game, bro. You know what I mean? People seem to. It's like Enzo needs to be scoring hat tricks now. You see, now it's moved away from the box crashing. Because what do you want? What do you want?
He runs the game. It's not good enough. He box crash. We want him to run the game. He won the game. We want him to box crash.
Yeah. Which one is it?
Yeah, no,
which one is it, bro?
Listen. He was quality against Brentford. Like against Fulham, even though he had the goal and the assist, I don't think it was actually a good game from Enzo. But against Brentford, he was on it. I like him on the right hand side, where like he can instantly play those passes on his right foot, and it's easy for him. Especially when you got a runner like Neto there, it makes his game so much easier. So he's a great threat from that side. And again, it was a top performance, and that should be a winning performance.
And that's the thing with Enzo, that this fan base, it just show you how stupid this fan base is. Like, when he was our number one goaler in the system, people was like, oh no, but he doesn't do this and do that. And then he has a game where he actually does midfielder shit, and then they tell you how much they mixed in the box crash. Like,
am I going crazy here, bro? I thought he had an amazing game. Am I going crazy here or what, people?
He played some amazing passes.
Like this, he was better than regular. He was good. Enzo was good.
Bro, you know what I think he was amazing, Jim? Bro, the way that he was helping us build up from the back.
But you know what it is?
Off the ball as well, blood. Off the ball, he was getting stuck.
You know what it is, Don? When your pass don't directly lead to a goal, they don't realize how great the pass was. Yep. His pass that went to Neto, and Neto had the one touch and crossed it.
Oh, that was dirty. That was dirty.
You see that pass, bro?
Yeah, that was dirty.
And he did it.
I don't know, like if this guys, all I gotta say is
he was in right.
All I gotta say is.
Yeah.
If that's when you said that's an amazing performance from Enzo Fernandez, is that the standard you want him at?
Bro,
that's the
yes,
level you want him
the standard that I want him at, bro. Yes,
so that was his like his optimal level for you.
No,
that's not for me. That's why I said he was good. That's why I said
that's not.
You know what I'm saying, that couch? Do you know what I'm saying, that couch? Yeah, because bro, he was helping us control the game for one, right? He wasn't just staying up there trying to box crash. He was controlling the game defensively. Like I said,
his position forced him to be in that to control the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That position to control the game.
Maresca played him further back.
I don't know, guys. We didn't really get a lot of opportunities in that first half either.
A lot of people. I feel like a lot of people.
He created them.
People are missing things here. People must be on their phone in group chats here instead of watching the game. Because some of the little passes around the corner I'm seeing man making. Yeah,
I didn't even check you guys on the group chats, man. I didn't even get to watch the first half with you guys. I had to watch it after because I was moving and shit like that. So because it's like you're on your phones to chat with people. I watch the game.
Not you.
Game. Trust
me, not you.
Man.
Not you.
I'm saying back on what I'm saying though. So don't be throwing out these little backhanded like, oh, he's just watching this. I'm watching the game, son.
I'm saying in the chat, bro. In the chat, there's certain people like, oh, he was just good. For me, I'm not changing what I said, bro. I thought there were certain parts certain little things that he was doing where I'm like, yo, that's fucking quality, bro. There was even one ball that came here and he just brought it down and he just played the pass and he moved off. And I'm like, you know what I mean? Dude, right? And then the goal that
he had a bad game. I actually thought he had a good game. Both ends.
A lot of his game.
Not just defensively, but also offensively. I thought he was good. Yeah. I just don't think that's the optimal Enzo. I think that's the level I want him at. I want him better than that.
I mean, they were world-class passes. Like, if you
personally
like 4 or 5 world-class passes in a game, you have to say that's a pretty top performance because that's what we expect from Enzo. Like, even the chance where cut inside
the shot. 3 for 8 in his long balls, by the way. 3 for 8 in his long balls.
I think what we're saying.
Remember the chance that Neto had
5 for 13 in his duels. The thing that I liked about him specifically was just the fact that he was combative. Like the fact that he wasn't winning those duels is one thing, but the fact that he was in and amongst it and putting in the effort to try and win those tackles, that was what gave me the feeling that he was at a good level. But I wouldn't say that he was exceptional. I can't give him that.
When you
man.
play 3 or 4 or 5 exceptional passes in a game, and like again, if that leads to assists or
But he didn't though. You're saying he played 3 or 4 or 5 exceptional passes?
We mentioned the one. We mentioned the one already that led to the Palmer cutback. There was also the cut inside, and then Pinnock made that great block.
That's 2.
That was an amazing pass from Enzo.
That's 2.
Amazing, but what be an amazing game, bro?
The man said 5, man.
Couch, this is my problem with
Should I
that.
name the rest? Should I
This is
go
my
with
problem.
Yes, name the rest.
Name
the rest.
You know what it is, though, Couch? Hold on, before you even come in, Robert, because I'm telling you now, Enzo Fernandez, let him be playing for Real Madrid right now or play for Barcelona
Oh my
right
God,
now.
I hear this every year,
Playing the way
man.
that he did. Playing the way that he did, you have people like Reaper saying, oh my God, this is the type of midfielder we should be signing, right? Now man's doing it here because he didn't fucking score a goal or getting a fucking assist. Man are telling me I can't say it was an amazing performance. I thought he was brilliant, bro, from start to finish. I thought he was brilliant from start to finish.
I guess maybe the word amazing is what's throwing.
It's just the hyperbole. Some people
I thought he was brilliant, bro. I thought he was very, very good.
I thought he was good. I have nothing negative to say
7,
about
8 out of 10. 7, 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
I thought it was 8 minimum. I thought it was an 8. Go on.
I have nothing negative to say about Enzo.
This is what my problem with our fan base is, right? Because we see Reinders against Wolves play that little dink pass. The one thing he did, everybody on our timeline, this guy's world class. Man City is a world class player. McAllister will do one of those in a game and then do a couple tackles. Everybody, including our fan base, oh my God,
they win their game. That's why
Liverpool midfield is amazing. Cleovers, our own player, there's 3 or 4 passes of those. He's just now. You know what?
Here's the problem I have with one second. Here's the problem I have with that. Here's the problem I have with that.
If we won the game, the reaction will be better.
I agree, Rob. I agree with that. People
Can I just touch on that real quick?
One game for Man City, one good game for Man City.
But here's the problem, though. Here's the problem with what you're saying. Here's the problem with what you're saying, though. You seem to conflate what certain people you see on your timeline say to what people are saying about Enzo. Like you don't. Your timeline isn't one person. Your timeline isn't one person. There's different people on your timeline that are saying different things at different times. So like when you're saying that, like, oh well, the same people that said this about Enzo are the same people that are saying this about Reinders. Like, it's probably not the equivalent.
It's the narrative about Enzo, though. When Enzo has a game like that, we're like,
he's talking about the narrative.
It wasn't that good to me. He was just good. He wasn't amazing. He wasn't excellent. But when a midfielder of an opposing team will have the same kind of game, or even lesser than Enzo, they will call our own fan base will be calling them.
I agree with it.
I just have to make that point.
It's facts, bro. That's what they do.
What he's saying is true, Couch. What he's saying is true. He's not for him to try to name specific people. No, he means the overall sentiment of like you'll see it. You'll see people like if you see it, and then you can see the comments. You'll see the comments, and it's like we all know a good 50 to 100 names. If we soon as we see them, we know them as okay. That's a check, and you can scale it and look and see what people's opinion is of other people players. Our fan base, I say it all the time. We love everybody else's trash and hate our own.
We hate our own, bro. Go on, Andrew.
I just want to say this. I think now with Enzo Fernandez, we've seen it from last season. We've seen it parts of this season, stuff like that. We're experiencing an all-round Enzo. It's not just box crasher. It's playing deep and stuff like that. To me, I don't care what anyone says. He's up there as one of the most complete midfielders in the Premier League.
In the fucking
the way that he can play deep, he can play up like he was playing right. I swear on parts of Saturday he was playing right back when Reece was like playing midfield and stuff like that. He is now. He's up there with the consistency as well. I'm not saying he's as good as Caicedo, but the consistency is up there now with Enzo, with parts of his game, and he's doing it all round. Now, I think some of this, it's not couch, by the way. I think some of our fan base just had this inbuilt thing from 3 years ago when we signed him and all the hype was there and he didn't live up to it, that they somehow can't get that out of their mind. You know what I mean? It's too, I'm not saying couch is doing this, by the way. It's just people in the chat. They just can't get over it. But for me, I've criticised him when he's played shit, when he has played shit. For the last 15 months or so, he's been solid. He's been consistent, and he's a leader on the pitch.
And don't leave that out, because that's another thing they do with other people's players too. They'll tell you about the other people's players' intangibles, but won't never talk about ours. And that's what the fuck Enzo is. He's a glue guy. He helps hold this fucking team together.
That's 100%, bro. He is Maresca's. He's Maresca's voice on the pitch. Maresca should be talking about himself. He's Maresca's midfielder. Yeah.
So
yeah.
big test on Wednesday. Big test on Wednesday.
No, big test. Big test. Enzo, you know what's so funny? You know what's so funny, man? Enzo's one of the few.
Well, you get your
Enzo's one of the few players.
Just to make the point. Just to make the point. That's what you get your respect is actually from rival fans or from haters. You get your respect when you actually do it against the big teams, and it's not always fair. But at the same time, that's the way the game is, isn't it? So you got to do it against your Bayern and against your Man United. Again, when we did it against PSG, everybody gave us our flowers, and rightly so. But now we got to continue to do it against the big teams. And listen, our Big Six record last season was shit, but this season we got to put it right. We got to go to OT and win there. We got to show against Bayern Munich, against Barcelona, against Napoli that we're not just here to just be punched up. We got to actually do it against these teams.
Rivals give our player respect based on how much we rate them. If we continue to downplay on up every time Enzo misplays a pass, this is why I would Andrew Santos should have started. This is why this player I would trade him for Tchouaméni. This is why I would bring this player in. Or the rivals be like, well, they're not even watching the game, but they're watching the timeline and be like, oh, that means it must be poor. Must be poor. And so it doesn't matter even if Enzo goes on
I don't care too much about the timeline, because again, I'm not on the timeline too much. I hear what you're saying is partly true, but again, for me, I just look at it as a football fan, how I've always looked at the game. Listen, what the small games matter, because again, 3 points are 3 points no matter who you're playing. But at the same time, when it's 4 o'clock on a Sunday and everybody's watching you playing against Man City or Man United or Arsenal, that's naturally where you get more respect on your name. And listen, as good as we were at times last season, when it was the showcase games, we underperformed. And I love a lot of our players, obviously, especially the likes of Palmer. And again, a lot of big games last season, he was not doing it. At times, Enzo too, Caicedo consistently was doing it, and that's why he got his props. But listen, all these men against Bayern Munich, against Man City, Man United coming up on the weekend, they've got to all turn up because there's no excuse. We saw what a washed Man City did to Man United. Everybody wants to say Man City are washed. We saw what they did against them. So listen, we've got to do something similar.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Can I just quickly? I gotta go pick up my kid. Can I just quickly close? I'm just gonna quickly close. There's a couple more things from the game that I thought needed to be pointed out. And first and foremost, I would say that Hato doesn't really understand the position yet. He doesn't really know what Maresca's asking him to do yet. He looked lost out there, like just basically he was just basically hugging the 18-yard box and wasn't looking to come deeper to help build attacks. I love him as a player. You guys already know that, but he just did not have any influence in that game whatsoever. And I expect him to be better going forward. With that said, let me
ask you a question on that. So when next do you see him playing? Because
probably in the cup.
Hato.
Yeah, probably in the cup.
Yeah, Lincoln probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in what we saw, you know.
I don't think he understands what to do yet, man. I'm not gonna lie. I think that the way we use him, the way that we used him as like basically an inverted 10, he's not comfortable in that position. He just did not know.
After that foul, he lost all confidence, bro. He was just shabby.
I thought it was before that. He didn't when I was watching him on the pitch, I didn't see him moving into areas to get onto the ball. He looked like he was just basically trying to hide for the most part.
Yeah.
It'll take some time for him. But that was the one thing. And then I can't remember what the last thing was. So I'm just going to leave it there. But fellas, I'll see you guys in the next couple of days. I got to go pick up my kids. So good chats every time, man.
Yeah. People, listen, make sure that you are subscribing to Couch Critic, man. His channel's in the description, people. Make sure that you lot are doing that. But big up Mark Yard as well for the donation. He says they hate their own players. It's crazy, bro. The amount of cocking I see for rivals when it comes to us. And these are the same guys, bro. I haven't heard a word from them about Randers, you know. They were quick against Wolves, to straight away. I have to go home and watch Enzo.
Do you know what it is?
Nothing about Randers, you know. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is, though, and I know what it is. It's because and I understand when it first happened, the takeover happened and stuff like that against Clearlake, because they're now so double, tripled, quadrupled down on it that they can't not flip flop, but they can't allow themselves to change their opinion. Do you know what I mean? So they have to, because they'll play down the Conference League fine. They'll play down the Club World Cup fine. They'll play down and finish fourth and stuff like that. And there will be standards and all that shit. They can't because they doubled it because they're down there. They can't. They've lost sight of the start of the tunnel. Do you know what I mean? They can't even see the start of the tunnel anymore. There's no lights, just darkness on there. And now they're digging and trying to do that. And just on a side note, my goat, Gianfranco Zola, blamed Garnacho for the goal at the weekend. So that's final statement. Okay, so it's all good. It's all good.
Hey, but listen, AJ, what do you think of Palmer before we move on to like we'll do a quick preview for Wednesday as well. What did you think of Palmer's performance, man? I thought he was good. I thought he was good when he came on.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I mean, he got the goal, which is always, a booster of your performance. I got high expectations of Palmer because I know he could do things. So he played well. He did. To me, it was just a regular, basic Palmer performance. I think he could play much better. He should have scored another goal.
You could have scored a hat trick. Yeah, you could have scored a hat trick. One of those chances where they come from? Ads, just to confirm.
Neto cutback for the first one, obviously. The second one was like a really bad clearance from the Brentford defender, and then the third one, Garnacho finally.
Shirley. Now you want to give Shirley Carter some props?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellen Degenerate did something good in the 94th minute. Thanks. After throwing away 2 points, he did something good.
You hear that, Jimmy? Hey, one of Palmer's goals should have been a Garnacho assist, Jim. Yeah. You right there?
Again, let's not open the Pandora box of Garnacho again.
Yeah. Let's move away.
On Palmer, I thought he looked rusty again. He took the goal really well, and he had one little nice 1v1 moment on the left wing, which is where I feel like Palmer comes alive when he's just in 1v1 situations where he just naturally lets that cage ball out and just does stuff in it. But for me, he looked kind of rusty, which you can expect.
Yeah.
And I'm just interested to see the lineup versus Bayern because I feel like we still need to obviously just take into account the fitness of players like him. João Pedro, who again, boy, we need to make sure he stays fit. We need to make sure.
You know what? I've just remembered. You know what pissed me off on Saturday? The corners, the fucking short corners all the time in the second half. When we've actually been doing well from corners, like throwing it into the box. I know we scored 3 against West Ham, but every time we took a short corner, we didn't do anything with it on Saturday. We just literally lost control, passing it back. I couldn't understand why we went from literally putting the ball into the box all this time throughout the start of the season and doing well with it, just to nullify one of our great strengths this season. I couldn't wrap my head around what was going on. Even when
those are like the little small margins where we got to pick up on those things. Well, winning, if we're doing well on set pieces, we got to make use of them.
Make use of them, yeah, man. I feel like these lot must have got scared or something because Brentford had a bit of hype. But let me read this the super chat from Nathan. Big up Nathan for donation, yeah? It says people need to start understanding that Maresca is going to deploy players differently depending on the opponent. I think, listen, if you don't understand that, I don't know if you've been watching much Chelsea.
Let me make a point on this, which one of the issues I had with Maresca. One was the short corners. I thought he gave Brentford way too much respect. Like our lineup was, based on Brentford lineup, want to match the back three so that he played 3 center backs instead of starting one of the proper right back. Which when the right back came on, we looked much better. And then the short corners was because he didn't think we would win the headers against Brentford. And I thought that was my only criticism of Maresca. I think sometimes it gives the opposition. And even if it's a lesser opposition, it gives them too much respect versus having the opposition adjust to Chelsea. We adjust the way we play to the opposition, and that to me was the problem. The problem with it, not only it's just one of those games where we had little fitness issues to our top players all around. Like Rhys James couldn't play because they played 90 minutes, for England. Esteban couldn't start. That's probably why Gittin started, because Esteban was ill. You had João Pedro couldn't play the full 90. You had it was just little fitness issues here and there that we had to manage all in that game specifically. And also Morrison going back and I thought he gave Brentford too much respect.
I think he took the piss a little bit. If anything, I don't think he gave them too much respect. I think he took the piss a little bit, bro. I'll be real. And when he realized that he fucked up, Unique has said here, he changed it up, bro. Yeah, similar to the final against Betis. yeah, straight away at halftime, he said, yeah, it's not working. Let me quickly change that. You know what I'm saying? But AJ, you're about to say something, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think one problem that I have, and I'll just piggyback over what Rob said, is sometimes he holds us back with his tactics. And I think in the second half, he pushed an extra player forward, and I think we benefited from it. Like when we only had now we ended up only having Tosin and Chalobah sitting back as, you know, our defensive line. And then he pushed somebody else forward. We have Kukurea pushing forward. Reece James is pushed up forward. Now we have more options and more support for when the ball actually goes forward. So I think, you know, that's always been a problem with him, is he's a little bit, you know, pragmatic in terms of he always wants to have a certain, and I get it. You understand that takes you to a certain level, but if you want to win against these teams that are sitting back, you got to have an extra body in order to get around that block, you know. And once he did that in the second half, we should have scored like 3-4 goals in the second half.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you. Listen, I was not worried. When I saw that first goal go in, I said, yeah, the next one's gonna come soon. And people, if you haven't seen the Gittins chat, we had the Gittins chat a bit earlier on in the stream, so go back to it if you didn't catch it at the beginning of the show, because we're gonna move on to the preview now for Wednesday. And man, them, Jimmy, bro, it feels good. It feels good. Yeah, previewing Champions League again, bro. You know what's even crazy, Jimmy? Yeah? Enzo, you know what's so crazy, man? Enzo and Cucurella are one of the few players that have played Champions League for Chelsea, bro. Yeah? Obviously, we know Reece has won it with us. Yeah. But it's literally Cucurella, Enzo, and Reece. I don't think Chalobah ain't played Champions League for us, bro.
He hasn't?
Has he played Champions League?
No.
21,
Has he played Champions League for us?
He scored against Juventus.
He must have. He must have, bro.
He scored against Juve. Scored the opening goal.
Yeah, he did. Actually, he did score against Juve. You're right. Yeah. I remember that goal. But yeah, man, it's actually mad. Obviously, look, it was only 2 years, a 2-year hiatus. You know, certain man like Arsenal and that nearly took them a decade to get back in there. United back and forth. You know, they haven't even got to a semi-final since God knows when. Yeah. This competition leads us in there, and now we are back in there, man. First of all, Jim, how are you feeling going into this game, man? And how should we set up for this game as well, man?
11 at the back.
What?
Yeah, I don't like, man, look.
Well, you're shook of Bayern like that?
Well, I'm shook of our defense. Yo, I don't.
Come on, Jimmy.
Yo, I don't like our center backs, bro. Like, y'all. See, when Caldwell went down, Rob and all y'all was the guys that was like, oh, it's not much of a difference. I didn't agree with y'all then, and I don't agree with y'all now. I think there's a hell of a drop off on actually what our defense is. I think there's gonna be games where potentially we could be fucking charred, bro. It's a chance we could be charred, like, because I've seen Chalobah, I've seen bad Chalobah days, and I've seen bad Tosin days. Could you imagine they both have a bad day together?
Jim, let me say something, yeah, because I keep hearing Chelsea's defense. LB said this to me earlier, bro. We've got some of the best. We've got world-class fullbacks, yeah. Can we please refer to centre backs rather than defense?
Yeah.
It's not the whole defense. It's the centre back, bro. That's what you need to.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You're saying defense like it's the whole defense, bro.
Okay, I'm talking about what I'm telling you where we're gonna get hurt at. Center backs. That's the main of the defense, bro. Center back. I'm worried about our center backs. I'm worried about their communication. I'm worried about Trev doing something fucking stupid, like rushing up and all that. I'm being honest. I'm worried. I'm every week. I'm probably all season. I'm gonna be worried about that. I don't have faith in our center backs. I don't, because they gotta play every week, and I just don't. Bro, maybe y'all don't understand. Before Caldwell went down, I wanted a starting center back.
Alongside
Caldwell went down.
Yep.
So in my mind, I now need 2 starting center backs. I can't. I'll be lying to you if I told you I was. Yeah, I'm ready to. Nah, like I think I attack the rock. I think I midfield can rock. I do not trust our.
Do you trust the way we defend as a team?
No, I don't trust our center backs.
No. Forget the center. Do you trust the way we defend?
Where we're at right now, I don't. Where we was the last few months, we're not that now. We don't have Caldwell.
What do you mean? We have a better. We have a better record.
No, we're not. Since Caldwell has went down, this defense level of this defense has went down.
So how do we have a better defensive record than Liverpool? They have world-class center backs.
Why the fuck, whenever I'm talking about Chelsea, you mention another team, bro. You don't know how fucking annoying that is. No, bro, hold on. It's so weird. You don't know how much you threw me for a loop. When I heard Liverpool, I thought maybe I blanked out for fucking 5 seconds and the subject changed. Because I said I have less faith in our defense. You fucking telling me about Liverpool, bro. Our defense is worse than what it was before. So I'm not telling you about you can't say to me, well, what about how good we've been over the last 4 months? That's null and void because we're not
at the beginning of the season, the first 4 games of the season.
Yes, our defense is much worse.
But here's the thing, right? I think we have to get back to the game question, right?
Yeah, let's get back to the game. Man.
I think what we have as a team, as a manager, I think we have to manage the occasion, right? Because no matter what you think about this Bayern Munich team, it might not be the best, but it the occasion and something like going to Munich, that stadium, it is a big deal no matter what you think about this current Munich side and stuff like that. So I think we have to make sure that we don't let the nerves sink in. That's not just the players, it's the manager as well. Do you know what I mean? We have to make sure that we don't let it overawe us. Do you know what I mean? Being back in the Champions League, going the first game away at Munich, stuff like that. I think we just manage the expectations well and get through like the first 15, 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Because they will have chances. It's a Bayern Munich team. Yeah, I mean, they will have chances. It's just we have to make sure we don't I don't think we will, but we can't do what Hamburg did at the weekend and go forward 3-0 down within 18 minutes and shit like that. So it's very important that the selection is obviously key. Like the fullbacks are fullbacks and not a centre back playing at fullback, whether it's Gusto or Reece James at right back and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean the game plan will be way different than it was against Brentford.
Yeah.
We're gonna play on the half line against them. And obviously when we go for the press, obviously we're gonna have maybe tossing 1v1 or whoever's gonna be the last centre back. He's gonna be 1v1 against Kane, which again isn't the same as being 1v1 against Sade on the halfway line. It's a different kind of press, which is fine because obviously Kane's not gonna do that part of the game. But of course you're gonna have Diaz running in from the left. Elise doing anything on the right. So, of course, we know they got crazy weapons, right? It's going to be a very good game against a tough team. But, again, I'm confident in terms of how we compete against them. I feel like, again, Jimmy's points about our defense, I absolutely take that on board because as much as our record's been good of late, I've still said that we still lack something in defense. We still lack guys who are good 1v1. And as much as people want to criticize how we play or Maresca, well, ultimately how we play means you need centre-backs who are good 1v1. And at times, we're going to go for it. And, of course, against Kane, it's more okay. Obviously, against different types of
he's going to drop deep for his cards, isn't he? He's going to drop deep.
So if he drops deep and then you have Diaz running in behind, then of course Tosin has to be careful of that.
Yeah.
So Elise runs behind or Gnabry or whoever it's going to be. So that's going to be obviously a concern. But at the same time, they got to be concerned about our weapons because again, if we're going to be playing Palmer any part of that game, Palmer's going to be a threat. If we're going to have Neto doing his thing on the wing and being obviously an impact and being a threat, that's going to be a threat. João Pedro is a top striker. Listen, if that guy's even half fit, he's going to be a problem for any defense in Europe. So I'm confident we can score goals. I just think there's a chance that we could concede a couple because we know what Bayern are like. If they get a goal and that music plays off, bro, we know them man just go fucking crazy and it can be like 2 or 3.
We got to be on our job. If Cucurella in this Champions League run pockets Elise and Yamal, I don't hear no conversations of any left.
Listen. He got turned.
No, he's the best. He's the best in the world already.
Quattara did give him a couple of.
He gave him a couple shimmies, bro. He did.
There was one shift of the body that he made him swivel. Yeah, he made him swivel. You know what I mean, bro? That man was swiveling everywhere.
As somebody who was very critical of Cucurella over the last couple of years, right? When he first came in, I was high on him. Then he was dead. But obviously, tonsillitis, all that. We know what the story was, right? Cool.
Yeah.
He's going to need to be on job against Elise. We know that. And I don't know who's starting right back again. We're going to go into the lineup now and look at who's going to be the predictor lineup, what we expect.
It's an interesting one.
But obviously, James or Gusto, they're going to have to be on it because Diaz has started off really good at Bayern, bro. So, that's another really big 1v1 battle that we need to be on job for. So,
I mean, this how Bayern set up the other day. So they play a 4-2-3-1 with company. Harry Kane up top. It looks like they played Gnabry as a 10. They played Luis Diaz on the left. They played Olise on the right, of course. A pivot of Pavlovic and Kimmich.
Stop there. Listen, that's the point. I'm like, Jimmy, how can you not look at that midfield and think we can eat, bro? Like, we can eat and feast on that midfield, bro. I'm telling you. We can. That midfield,
we should be dominating that midfield, Jim. We should be
dominating. I don't know. I said our center backs. I had never said nothing about midfield.
That's true. He did say that. Then Upamecano.
That guy 11 men behind the ball.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, listen, João Pedro, this is your time to do something against that bozo because I don't rate Upamecano at all, blood. Yeah, CB loves to talk about this guy, but I don't rate him at all. That guy's a walking hazard. Yeah, and then Lima right back, Stanisic played at left back, and then obviously Tar at centre back. And I haven't been watching Bayern like that. People, I need to watch some of their games back before Wednesday. But
they started the season good.
Yeah, they started the season.
I'm hearing Tar hasn't been great. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. Again, I need to watch.
In an attacking sense, they've started very well. In an attacking sense, that's why I was saying like. Kane, we know like they'll have Kane up as the number 9, but we all know Kane likes to drop deep. Like even against Hamburg, I know he got 2 goals, one was 10, but he created so many chances with just the quarterback pass from deep and stuff like that. It's a point of if we can make him change his game plan where he doesn't drop deep and cut off that supply, then it's a different ball game.
100%. Let's go through the lineup anyway. AJ, I'll come to you, bro. Yeah. We saying Sanchez in goal.
I mean, yeah.
Sanchez in goal. Yeah, no Jorgensen. Yeah, for this one. Oh shit, the wrong Sanchez, blood.
Stick him there. Stick him there. He's better, man.
Yeah, we'll put him in there. Yeah, this thing ain't even got Estival people. So boy, this is the shape I've gone with. I think it'll be a 3-2, basically like a 3-2-4-1 on the ball. I'll come to you, Ads. We saying for the back line, bro.
I reckon you got to start Reece James right centre back, bro. I feel like as much as Gusto's had a pretty decent start to the season, I feel like you need your best against Diaz right now, so you put Reece James there. As for the rest of the back line,
they're both gonna start, bro.
It's gonna be Tosin and Chalobah, no? Like, I don't see Fofana starting, and that's again. Obviously, this isn't like a stream to talk about like our window, but again, obviously the Garnacho situation, I'm not a fan of. The fact that we left our centre back options as this, knowing Cole was injured and knowing that our best centre back on paper is always injured in Fofana, it doesn't make sense. Like, it really doesn't. And I like Chalobah.
You know what it is, bro? Do you know what done us though? Yeah. Do you know what done us, bro? I'll be real, Ads. Yeah. You see the centre back situation, bro? Me personally, I think you're gonna see a whole revamp next summer. The way that you've seen a revamp of the attack this summer. I think the centre back area is going to be the area that we revamp next summer, personally, right? Tosin was injured. Tosin couldn't be sold because he was injured, right? Chalobah, they kept this guy around, yeah? This Sarr situation, I wanted to keep Sarr in the team. We loaned him out again, which I was like, bro, like we should have kept this guy. And Sabino, I already told you, I think he needs a bit more game time to be playing week in, week out, because I think he's a little bit rash. You know what I mean? But for now, bro, unfortunately, this is a situation that we're in, man. The whole Cole situation was peak. No one expected that. You can't really plan for an ACL. But personally, I think next summer potentially is where you're going to see like a real revamp. I don't see us going into another season with Tosin and Chalobah as the starting centre backs, bro. I just don't see it.
Tosin and Chalobah again was never supposed to be the starting centre backs, and they should have been kept. They performed decently enough to be kept as squad players. The problem is Cole got hurt. We didn't buy a top center back, and then we have 3 unproductive players in Badiashile, Fofana, and Disasi that take up space. That they're there, but they're not there. So the club is like, "Oh, you got 3 other people who's there. You got to use one of them."
100%.
We all know what's going to happen. We'll get linked to so many centre backs, and they'll just end up bringing Sarr back from Strasbourg.
In January, bro. He had another good game.
We all know what's going to happen.
I like it. If you're talking about defenders that can defend 1-on-1, he can defend 1-on-1.
No. What I'm saying, I'm not playing it. What I'm saying is we'll be linked to centre backs, and we'll just bring back So we know what's going to happen. I've read this.
I don't mind that though. I don't mind that, bro. No one knew who Mosquera was a second ago, and he's 21. Yeah, he's young as well.
And we still don't know where he is.
No, Mosquera is the truth.
Says who?
No, I'm saying that, bro. I've been watching it.
Okay, so if he's good, that means Jamie Gittins his ass.
Yeah?
Wait, what?
If Mosquera's good, Jamie Gittins his ass.
What? Where's the correlation?
You going about how much they played this year, right?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not one of these Twitter fans that be like, "Oh, he plays good games for Arsenal. He's a good player." No, my boy was talking about this guy from time in La Liga, saying that he's cold. I watched a few of his games, and I'm like, "Yeah, this guy's the truth." And when Arsenal got him, I'm like, "Damn, that's a better sign. That's a better sign about them some of our starters, bro." And that's a backup.
Yeah.
And Gabriel.
So he's better than our start. He's better than our center backs.
That's what starting for us right now. He's better than. Yes, and especially how we want to play.
I wouldn't mind starting for Chelsea, bro. I can't lie. He's good, bro.
So if he's better than our center backs, how the fuck y'all comfortable? Yo, this don't add up.
I'm not comfortable, Jim.
I never said I was comfortable with center back. I'm comfortable with the game. I'm comfortable with our midfield. I'm comfortable with our midfield and our attack, bro.
Jim, I've literally said to you, Jim. Hold on, Jim, before you come in, yeah? Jim, I've said to you.
If Mosquera is better than our center backs,
especially 1v1, he is. And yeah, and Jimmy, I never disagreed with you being uncomfortable with our centre backs. Again, Don rightly corrected you. Our fullbacks are great. Our midfield is great. And we know João Pedro up top is great. As long as he's fit, he's great. So, of course, going against Bayern, I'm comfortable that we can go and compete and score goals. Defensively, we're going to have to see. We're going to just have to see.
And Jim, I've said many times, bro, I know what Tosin and Chalobah are, but I'm not the type of guy to be crying about it every week. I'm just, my hope comes from the attack outscoring most teams, and the midfield, like Robert has said, helping the defense structurally, bro. The likes of Caicedo and these sort of guys. That's where my hope is. Because I know the weakest part of our team. I literally told you, Jim, if we had Van Dijk and Konate as our centre-backs, or Saliba and Gabriel as our centre-backs, I would probably say we're winning the league. I would put my fucking chest on the line and say we're winning the league. But I can't say that with the centre-backs that we've got. I just can't.
Yeah. And for as bad as we've been, and as bad as we on paper are centre backs, right? Again, Tosin and Chalobah have been pretty decent of late, but we all agree they're not top quality centre backs, right? That being said, all that Garnacho stupid mistake. There's only one goal conceded against Brentford, clean sheet against Fulham, one goal which was a worldie against West Ham, which Sanchez, what the fuck was he doing on that, right? And then clean sheet against Palace. So like, we're not conceding that many goals, right? And listen, I'm not saying that the defense is great, but as much as they're not great, defensively of late, we've still not been that bad. So if that continues. And our attack does what it's been doing, and then Enzo and Caicedo are doing what they're gonna do, we should be fine in games like this. We should go to Bayern and not lose, and then we should go to OT and we should win. It's as simple as that, bro. And if we don't, we then got to look at the players that we rate highly, and we got to look at the manager.
Yeah,
right. Let's go into the obviously Cucurella. I've put a 3-2-4-1. This is on the ball, innit? Yeah. We saying as you think Cucu will kind of invert next to Caicedo, like. Here with Enzo,
and obviously at times it's like he's inverted, and then it comes into like a diamond where like Enzo will move to the right, Cucurella's like kind of like a left 8, Palmer's obviously in a 10 by himself, and then Caicedo's like obviously as like the sole DM, but in this shape obviously it's Caicedo there next to Cucurella, and obviously you have then Enzo in the 10, and then you have, I think you're gonna have Buonanotte start again. I'll be real. I don't know if Palmer's gonna start this game.
I think Malo Gusto is
not in the squad.
Malo Gusto is gonna start in this game. I think we're gonna go with 5 defenders. We're gonna do the same PSG stuff.
Yeah, the
Wait, hold on. Where's he gonna? But we only managed to start Reece that game because he started in midfield, AJ. So if you're starting Reece in midfield, that means who you taking out, bro, to start Reece in there.
Because you planning on having Esteval there. That's what you planning on.
Yeah.
I'm not planning on having Esteval there.
No, Esteval on the right.
I know, and I don't think Enzo's gonna do that. I think he's gonna play. He's gonna have Malo Gusto as a right wing back, just like we did in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, but Gusto didn't play right wing, bro. Gusto played at right back, but he was going forward. And like I said, James was going into the middle, bro. James started in midfield.
Whatever it was, we had 5 defenders on the field. You just talking. There was Reece James, Cucurella.
No, Reece James was literally in the midfield. He was.
Reece started in midfield, bro. He started in midfield in the front.
It was Palmer that was right wing moving into midfield, and then
whatever we did there, I think we're gonna do that.
So you think Palmer? Okay, so you think Palmer will start? Yeah, on the right, like this with Gusto. But then that means Reece can't start here, then, bro. That means that has to be Gusto. And then Cucurella is the one that's
it's just the personnel you shifting around, but it's the same, the same people. I think Chalobah, you just switch Chalobah at Reece James, put Kukurea back, and then you have Reece James in the middle.
I hear that.
So you want to start Reece in the midfield then for this game?
I just think that's what's gonna happen. I don't want to do that.
I hear AJ because I think he might hold Cucurella back just to deal with Olise.
Like
I think he'll do that. That's what he did in the final. To be fair,
with Dembele.
So basically, switch Chalobah with who's on the other side. With Reece.
Yeah, I'll put Cuckoo there.
I'll
put Cuckoo here. You're right. Like this, and then obviously that's going to be Chalobah. Yeah. That's Chalobah like that. So that's Reece in the middle, and then in these little areas here, bro. What are you saying here?
Where Palmer is, put Gusto, and then Palmer
put Gusto. Move.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So Palmer and then Gusto.
So is Palmer definitely going to start? Yeah,
I reckon he starts.
I think he starts.
Yeah,
I reckon he starts, man. He was looking. I can't lie. He was looking on it the other day. Like he was actually driving the players, showing real intent, man.
We rotated for this game. This is what we rotated for. This game.
This is obviously Enzo, isn't it? This is obviously Enzo.
yeah.
Neto.
And obviously Neto left wing, Pedro,
And then Pedro up top.
Yeah,
that's what I see him doing.
I wouldn't be mad at it again. I wouldn't be mad at it. We can obviously change it second half and go more attacking, so it wouldn't be a bad line.
All I know is
these games work in a big game against a top team in midfield. So it's like, as much as you'll see him as a better right back, obviously. Again, if we've done it against PSG, we can do it against Bayern, innit? So
all I know is that this is not going to be it because Enzo. We never get it right with Enzo selection. So
Don't be surprised if this is it though, because boy, from time he didn't start for Fofana the other day, in my head I'm thinking, bro, does it mean that he wants to start Reece and Gusto? And the only way you can start both of them is if you do what AJ's saying.
It was very weird because Gusto played less international minutes than Reece James.
yeah,
Over the 2 weeks, he played like half an hour. Reece played he played more in one game than Gusto played in two.
Because
That's suggesting
why not start him against Brentford? It wouldn't really make sense to not start Gusto if you were going to rest him tonight.
It didn't make any. It didn't even bring him on.
Yeah,
100%, bro. So what are we saying prediction wise, man? Let's go around. Hey, Andrew, what are you saying prediction wise, bro?
I know. I'm gonna go 2-2. I think I'll be happy. No, I don't care what anyone says. I'll be delighted with a point. I'll be absolutely delighted with a point to kick us off. I know people are not swayed by this Munich team, but I just think it's still the occasion and stuff like that. They're still good enough attacking wise to do us some damage. But if you give me a point right now to kick this off, I'll definitely take it. I'll go 2-2.
How about you, Jim?
Yeah, shit. Probably.
Be honest,
I don't think we're gonna win. I could see 3-1, 2-1 Bayern Munich. But if we win, I'll take it. But I don't think we're gonna win.
Yeah. How about you, AJ?
Damn, Jimmy, your energy. That's how you feeling going forward?
No, I'm just saying this game, like our center backs are ass, bro.
No, I get it, bro.
They gotta show me like a good 5-6 game run or something.
Jimmy's got a bit of taste in his mouth right now. He's got a bit of taste in his mouth. But that's what football is, though. Your emotions make you do this.
It's not even more, bro. It's not have nothing to do with emotions. I'm way over that.
Like I said,
the reality of what I see is what I see.
But I'm saying, Jim, if you didn't see Tosin do that the other day, I know they're not top centre backs, like brilliant centre backs. But
listen,
I don't think you've been thinking about them like this.
Y'all can't. I'm gonna say it again, bro. Before Caldwell went down, I wanted a starting center.
Yep, we needed it.
We don't. They're both down. I can't. We got 2 backup center backs, so like I can't be. I'm not gonna lose my mind if we go out and lose 2-1, 3-1, and I predict it. I would be like, okay, that's kind of what I predicted because I can't expect but so much from those guys. Now, if they play out of their skin, yeah, we got a chance. But if they play to their levels, we're gonna lose.
That's it right there.
Levels, we're gonna lose
because they're making the mistakes that we expect them to make because we know what they are. So that's why I'm like, for us to win these games, our players have to play at max level and max concentration. So I don't know. I think with this game, I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, but I think we could score. We have the ability to score, and that's the one thing. So if our team could get that part better, then our chances start to increase more. So I'm gonna go 1-1 right now. I'm gonna go 1-1, but I think going forward, even though we don't have the best defensive team, we need to start outscoring teams. That's just what's gonna have to end up happening.
How about you, Ads, man? What are you saying?
Yeah, I think I just see the game being a lot more cagey than people are expecting. I'm not really expecting a high-scoring game like that. I feel like we're going to spend a lot of time being comfortable off the ball, and I feel like they're not going to hunt us down too much when they press us, because they know what we can do when teams press us, and we look to actually try to spin you in behind. So I think I see it being a little bit more cagey than most people. Again, I was going to say 1-1 as well. I'm going to stick with 1-1, but obviously the Chelsea family wants to say like we're going to just go out there and do what we do in Munich, bro, and just get another win. But yeah, man, again, I'm going to say 1-1, but listen, we need to beat Bayern Munich or Man United this week. Like, I'm not going to leave this week and like, we'll draw here or some stupid result at OT. Like, again, it was all well and good. Obviously, we won the Club World Cup. That's great. We're champions of the world, and that's an amazing feeling, right? But like, it can't then just lead into us doing the same bullshit that we've been doing the last couple seasons in the league. Like, we're going to go and actually cement that and then build on it and start beating big teams, bro. So if we don't beat Bayern Munich, we get a draw. Again, I think it was Jimmy that said it. I'll be delighted too. That'll be a good result. But we got to go in and beat Man United on the weekend, bro. Like, simple as that.
100%, bro. I actually predicted 2-1 Chels earlier with Rance and Lewis, bro. Lewis said the same thing. And I was thinking about it for a second, yeah, and I said, you know what? Fuck it, like 2-1 Chelsea, man. 2-1 Chelsea. How about you, Rob? How about you, man?
That's possible. That's very possible.
I'm with Blaze. 3-1 Chelsea. I think they are the perfect opponent for us. They don't have much pace. They're not that physical. And I think as much as you might think Tosin is crap, dealing with a physical striker and a striker that does not have pace plays exactly into Tosin's hands. If actually Jackson was starting, I'll be more nervous. But because it's Kane that will be the striker, right? It plays into Tosin's hands because Kane wanna pin you down and turn, and that's plays into Tosin. He will win the headers. I don't think Olise tracks back very much, so Neto's gonna have a 1v1 chances against whoever the back is. I think Caicedo and Enzo will, and even Kukura to a lesser degree, will dominate the midfield. And I think Gusto might be one of the an important player because he will be 1v1 against Jonathan Tah more often than not. And I just think we have more pace and more physicality than they do, and their team. Their profile is exactly the type of team that Chelsea will have. And then they'll play highline. After all of that, they will play highline.
That's a great breakdown. Obviously, you mentioned Gusto. That's a great breakdown, Robin. Obviously, you mentioned Gusto. I just want to touch on one point, right? Because, again, going to the Club World Cup final, obviously, he didn't have the greatest tournament, but he had a great final. And he shut down one of my favorite wingers in Kvaratskhelia, right? So that was a great performance. And obviously, against Diaz, he's going to need to be on it. But, again, when I picture Bayern Munich, I always picture at least cutting in and playing that cross back post. And obviously, you mentioned earlier, Rob, that's one of Gusto's big weaknesses. And we know Diaz loves to attack that back post. So he's going to have to be switched on. He's going to be properly switched on. So it's a big game, man. But again, you know what? I hear the prediction. I hear you.
But I think the profile of the team that they are is exactly the team that we like to play against. The team that has no pace. The team that we are more physical than.
Yeah.
And we have pace. We
got to bring the energy, bro. We have to bring the energy.
If we only from minute one, I think
we can outrun them.
Run them.
I swear to God, if these guys play out their skin on Wednesday and drop a stinker at OT on Saturday, I would be absolutely, you know what I mean? I might not be here next week.
Tables are getting flipped, bro. I'll be wrong.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Listen, Rob, I admire your enthusiasm and stuff like that. If it's free, I can understand points you're coming from.
I'm being conservative, by the way.
No, I'm just.
That's conservative.
3-1 away is conservative. What is this?
I think it could be worse. I think it could be worse for them than PSG. I'm not lying to you.
Wow.
Because before PSG, everybody was talking about how we're gonna deal with Kvaratskhelia, how we're gonna deal with Dembele and Doué and all this, man. And we defend as a team against them. And when we go to Bayern, we'll defend as a team. I gave them 1 goal by a share of maybe Kane will get a penalty.
I hear where you're coming from because the possibility is there. We've seen what our team could do. Like they've shown us.
on the bench.
They've shown us what they could do, but it's like the problem is right now we don't have consistency like that to guarantee that they're gonna do that. So they just got to show us that they could do it. And this is the season we're supposed to raise levels. We're supposed to be expecting results in these games now, bro. We walking around with big World Cup champion shit on our chest, like, bro. Shit gotta go up, man. It has to go up.
100%, bro. 100%, man. We need to, that. Listen, I was about to say lost again. That game against Brentford, it's left a little bitter taste in our mouth, man. So, bro, we got to bounce back in it. We got to show some mentality because we did not show mentality to not see how that win the other day. So you lot are all right. You're spot on. We need to win this game, man. Andrew, bro, hey, big yourself up, man. You got anything coming up, bro?
No, I'm sure I'll be on the terrace after the Munich and stuff like that. Cash FC will do a review whether I'm on it or not. So yeah, just I'll tweet out even when I'm not on stuff what I'm watching. You know what I mean? Just follow everyone. You know, and if we do beat Munich on Wednesday, just be absolutely shameless about it on whatever stream you're on.
Yeah.
Whatever chat you're into. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, don't move the goalposts. Don't move the goalposts.
Jimmy can be shameless. If we buy Jimmy, you're not allowed to be shameless, bro.
How about you, Jimmy? You got anything coming up?
Yeah, Tim. I mean, I'm uploading every day, man. Jimmy Spliff TV.
Make sure that you lot are there, man. Make sure that you lot are there. Let me even see who I can redirect to. How about you, AJ? Got anything coming up on TikTok, bro?
Probably make a video soon within the next day or two. But other than that, bro, I'm just hoping that we step up, bro. That, like you said, that Brentford shit, like, it got people a little traumatized right now because we got to move forward from this point. Otherwise, it looks nasty. You understand? It looks real.
People
bad.
like Chels, isn't it?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Chels is a scary guy. In fact, he's a scary one.
This guy. I know we don't usually do this in group chats, but he is like you know this, Don, in the terrace group chat, he's all mouth, right? And Rob knows it, and everyone else knows it. In our group chat, I don't know if we're gonna win.
I'm nervous. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Man, I'm a
I told you.
You want to finish above us, yeah? Or what? That's what he does, bro. He plans up to the ops. When he comes home, he's scared of that, bro. It don't make sense.
I read that. Because usually some people do the opposite. I think he goes to the ops and big us up, and then comes to us.
No, that's delusional. That's delusional,
worse, bro. That's worse.
That's worse. That's actually worse, bro. Do you get it? Because I'm like, yo, Chels, like, you can't be piping up the way you do, and then you're scared when it comes to it, bro. You know them man there that hold me back. You know them right there, bro. How about you, Ads, man? Nice seeing you back. Obviously, you've been away for set work and whatnot. If you got nothing coming up, man. But Twitter,
I've just been grinding in it. Obviously, I'm gonna be back on the show here. I'm going to be on Judge Most Thing tomorrow as well. So there's an Arsenal fan there I'm going to be putting foots on next because that's just what we do. We've got to remind them there's only one Pride of London. There's only one world champion that lives in London. One European champion that lives in London, and it ain't changing anytime soon. So yeah, big up the panel. I'm going to be back here again next week, hopefully celebrating 2 big performances and 2 good results against 2 big teams. Well, 1 big team and then some little men in Manchester, bro. So that's what it is.
100, man. And how about you, Rob, man? You got anything coming up? Thursday we should be doing a show. I'm waiting for these lot to reply. I don't know if Chels is back, bro. This guy was in Greece and he was in fucking
Mexico and then went to Greece.
Mexico and that. Yeah. I don't know. He did win the lottery or something, blood. What's going on?
I have no idea.
My man did a GTA hats, you know.
Hopefully we'll be on there on Thursday, and I'll be on playback most days. So come find me there, and I'm on Twitter. Rotten got some souls here and there, especially Liverpool fans, because
listen, either way, even if we can't get the full panel CBN that, I'll see who's available, and we'll do like a review show in it on Thursday because there's still there's Champions League games this Thursday as well, isn't it? This is the first one with
Newcastle, Barcelona on Thursday. So.
That's gonna be it.
City Napoli as well.
Yeah. So we'll definitely do that.
Livramento. Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah,
Big up. Hey,
your
listen, big up.
Mal might not play. 'Cause he didn't train again today, so he might not play.
Oh yeah, he's got pain in his pubic area. That's what they said, blood. I don't know what he's been doing. You know what I mean? But he's got pain around there.
Everywhere this summer. He's been everywhere this summer.
It's been everywhere. He's actually been outside.
Everywhere this summer, man.
You know what I mean? But listen, big up all the mods, big up Reaper. Who else is in here, bro? You got Dems as well. Big up Dems, man. Listen, we touched nearly 200 likes, people. So you lot make sure that you still smashed up the likes. I've redirected the show to Race for Europe on Dan Potsy channel, people, 12-man podcast. So make sure that you lot are going over there. Make sure that you're putting Don Raid in there as well, blood. Yeah, actually, let's think of something to say, man. Yeah, actually, it's time to get onto Rice, because Rice didn't start the other day and they had no fluidity. They had more fluidity in their team, actually.
I said it on the timeline. I said
What
that.
should we say, people? What should we enter that chat with, man? Let's think of a name. GameCube. Yeah, GameCube, bro. Just put GameCube in the chat. You'll know what I'm talking about, blood. You know what I mean? In a bit, people. Love.